So I got my kids finally. We're finally gonna have Christmas today.
Oh, very good.
After I'm done, we gotta start cooking.
Ooh.
Make, Still gotta wrap some gifts, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a last minute wrapper. They're
I would
coming
say you
in.
are.
They're coming far. Oh, I gotta get the wrap bringing together.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you wrap them.
At least, yeah.
So, did we ever see a Mercury retrograde better played out than on Kevin McCarthy this week?
That was hilarious. Chaos, literal chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it makes sense what they were showing me yesterday or last Sunday. It's like they remember we were talking about the gavel, and I was getting that image of
Mm-hmm.
here's the gavel. No,
Yeah.
here's the gavel. No, that's I guess that's what that meant.
Well, he doesn't really have it. He has it as long as Matt Gaetz isn't having a tantrum in the corner. Or did you see the last vote when the guy came down the aisles and was going to go for Gates's throat?
Yes, and that is nuts. And they can legislate, right? Yep. What about Katie Porter's sign?
Yes.
She's reading a book. It had a cover on it.
Yeah.
How to not care, in other terms, but
Yeah.
that was hilarious. Oh my lord. Uh, so I'll create a banner here unless someone wants to put it up. How long McCarthy is there? Oh my god. And then it
What?
quit. I was typing in a banner and then it disappeared.
Oh.
Something with the Capitol Police weren't allowed to be removed. Yeah, that's just insanity. To take away the mags. McCarthy. Oh my god. Can't spell. How long? Speaker. Okay. The future. McCarthy is speaker.
Okay.
I seen on Twitter there was bets of how many Scaramucci's or how long the lettuce putting out the lettuce was gonna
Yeah,
last.
like they did for the prime minister in England.
Yeah. You should probably just start moving out of the speaker room, the speaker's office, to avoid any.
Mm-hmm.
You betcha, Karen. Hakeem Jeffries' A to Z speech was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Two heads of lettuce, two heads of lettuce, or four Scaramucci's. That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
40 days. I love it.
I
Okay,
got 5 to 9,
5 to 9.
and it's not going to be a lot of fun on this trip. That's him and his boat going against the wind. And if they really behave, he might get 9.
Hmm. Well, the cards are telling me probably summer, which is
That's
good
9
thing
weeks.
when it gets warm, like May or June.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't think it would be that long.
Well, everything goes direct in the middle of January. All the planets go direct, and it's going to be that way for 6 weeks. And that's not a usual thing. There's usually something going backwards up there somewhere, but so when that happens, things just sort of move apace. We're gonna feel a big bump and like things are moving quickly.
It's going to be chaotic, is what I'm sensing here. But I'm thinking, sensing is like I don't believe it's going to be that long, but maybe it's going to be. Um, when the insurrection caucus starts getting indicted,
Yeah.
and the cards represent summer because I have Ace of Cups,
Mm-hmm.
Five of Cups, and then Eight of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
People start getting locked up. I do have secret deals or secret with the DOJ. It's feeling like they're preparing to do something. Either
Yes.
paperwork or getting down to the end with the Moon and Page of Swords here together.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like there's some secret energy preparing to take on some indictments or some charges. The Queen of Swords. That's the
Is that Fanny?
something's going heavy there. I'm not sure if it's Fanny or part of the DOJ or just representing
Well, the
DOJ.
woman who oversees it all right underneath Garland it's a woman who's doing that.
Yeah, it's Lisa Monaco, but you think the male energy of Jack Smith would be coming up more so because he's in charge of that. Probably ought to look into that too, Fannie Willis, if they're coordinating and
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of it's intertwined. Different people with Rudy and Graham and whoever. And then I had those decisions on the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they're, how do you go about this? It hasn't happened since the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Queen of Cups in my decision card. Evaluate how to proceed forward. You always got that back of your mind of January 6th insurrection. What will these people do? Is there going to be more chaos? Is there internet chatter? How to proceed forward to make the United States whole again?
Well, they're not going to make us whole without asking hard questions and letting people run around acting like fools when they shouldn't be acting like fools.
True.
What I got is the different groups that are involved with this are talking to each other right now, and they just want to bring it to an end. They want to start the things that are going to be the ending. Bringing conclusion to what's going on. They're not going to sit around and wait anymore. So I think they're coming sooner than later. I think it's going to hit them quite suddenly when they're really not expecting it. I still think they think they're going to be able to defund the Justice Department and get out of this, but this is what's coming for them. So
who's coming for what? I was typing the Fannie Willis.
Okay.
Explain it to me like I'm a third grader.
Okay. People are talking to Fannie and the other jurisdictions because there's also now you've got the complication of New York State trying to get rid of George. Excuse me, I have a cat fight in my living room.
I was going to say, it sounds like a huge.
Sterling, get off that. Anyway, they're all getting touchy. They're getting as antsy as we are.
Yeah.
They just want to be done with it. They just want to get rid of. I mean, they just want to unload what they've got and just get to it, And the middle card was they don't want to be going on these false voyages anymore, battling into the wind. And so they're going to be delivering things in cups, and it's going to be an emotional time. But they think they're getting away with something, but they're not. The tower is coming for them. So it's close.
You're talking about the investigations. They just want
I'm talking about them going after I asked, would there be indictments going to political figures?
Okay. So that would mean it is close.
Mm-hmm.
Is the house okay? Thank you for putting questions up. So I'll star them. Any attempt? Okay. Let's see what's up with the Georgia DA.
Okay.
So that grand jury finished. Or the special grand jury. Now she's got to, serve up indictments through a regular grand jury. Make charging decisions. Yeah. So the closest relative. I think we're on a different close path, though. Morning, Carol. Fannie Willis.
I don't see her doing anything to them. I asked if we'd see some real action out of there by the end of January, and I got no, because she wants it to be done right so that it can just go through the court quickly. But even the things that are saying no you're planting the crop, now you're starting to see what you get. You're not just waiting on it anymore. Even my no cards are not really no, but she still has some part she's trying to tie up with another entity. Now I saw as part of what's going on, but before it was that they're talking to each other. I think they haven't been able to come to an agreement on everything.
You mean with like DOJ or people?
Yeah, DOJ.
Yeah, I believe there's some coordination here.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Cups, King of Swords come together here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Fannie and special counsel have been talking.
Mm-hmm.
There's some coordination going on and new things coming up here.
What's the problem? Every time they pull a string, they end up with another skein of yarn. Well, just pull this one little loose thread.
So there's supposedly the special counsel has everything on all the fake electors.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get all the information for sure. So, Fannie's going after the fake electors in Georgia, and he's going after them too. So
right.
There feels like there's coordination here. But the Knight of Swords and Page of Swords coming in together also.
It's movement.
There's a lot of investigative movement there.
Mm-hmm.
It also means new. Then I have the King of Coins and my Duchess, which is the Empress Star together. Strange. King of coins next to that. That would mean like there's protection from possibly the former guy or some higher entity, but that's strange. Why they come in together?
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I have 10 of coins, my angelic card, and illusion delusion. Fantasies. Odd throw. I'm really confused by this. Because it's like they have it evidence what they want, but there could be a waiting illusion to make it look like they're gonna, she is gonna charge, but she is coordinating to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is the former guy, there's protection there for him, which makes little sense. Might have to clarify something here. Queen of Cups together.
What are we asking?
Go direct. Maybe go direct about Fannie Willis.
Okay.
If if there's a cause to wait.
Okay.
Because it feels like there's a waiting period here. Or needing more people to flip or something. But
I got a plain no. I thought she's actually moving right now quicker than she was because she's coming out of her kind of retreat that she did around the holidays and the elections. But there are some things she doesn't feel like she has the complete grasp of, so she's not moving that way. But it's not because she's anxious about the quality of the material. This one I don't understand. It's not the money. I mean, it's not that they haven't spent what they need to spend.
My God.
What?
I grabbed a different deck and I got the King of Coins and my Empress card together again. And I grabbed a different deck.
Okay.
This is crazy. Sorry. I
understand. My out card is that's traveling to a new place to be safe when it's right side up, upside down. It means you're still on a bridge of despair. Something's going on that's holding. I'm going to see if somebody's protecting Trump.
There is protection there somehow. Like maybe they haven't flipped someone or Lindsey Graham hasn't give up the goods. Someone's holding out.
I'm going to ask if the delay is due to someone holding out. Just that's how.
I do have some infighting here behind the scenes.
Yeah.
With the Moon and Five of Swords, there's some conflict behind the scenes of how to proceed forward. Oh, maybe okay. I think I may have. I think the conflicts is that it goes on the state level, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this coordination between state and federal.
Right.
I think there's conflicts there of how to proceed. Because she's ready, willing, and able to indict the local ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting here. Like the people in the state that did state crime.
Right.
Like the fake electors. She's
right.
Ready to go for those people. But it feels like, like Lindsay and Rudy or Cleta Mitchell or any of those others that were federally
federal that came in from DC. Yeah.
Yeah, there feels like there's a bit of a conflict of how to move forward.
Well, I have that no one's protecting Trump. None of what's going on now. Everybody's out protecting their own butts. They're trying to get the best deal they can for themselves.
Just so weird. Two different decks, and they came together though.
I know.
There's something about it. I mean, the two different decks can flop out the same two cards together. It means something.
Yes. Teresa Ford, it's 5. I said 5 to 9 weeks.
Yeah. And with I was getting similar, 5 to 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, 5 to 8 weeks, like that. Let's hope on that one. I'd really not like to be the prosecutors right now.
No.
You know, it's kind of like taking down the mob boss, John Gotti or whoever like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This disconnect. This is huge. I mean, their names will forever be in the history books. 45 is an old mob boss. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
For all the chatters.
Did you see the one about Sicknick's estate suing?
What was that about state suing?
At 9:39, Officer Brian Sicknick's estate is filed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I seen that.
Okay.
Not the comment, but I get, yeah. Metal detectors, QNAD, attempted sec.
Okay.
All these groups coordinate to the
Congress was always in harm's way. They've had Marjorie Taylor, what is it? I don't think she's still green. And all those guys carrying guns in there anyway.
True, Deb. Deb Marsh was saying, indicting doesn't mean they're locked up. That's a take years. True.
That's true.
There's some that won't get out.
No.
Some will be denied bail. Okay. What is up? I think the protection's still there. They're hearing me. It's just theater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's GOP theater. About the Second Amendment, just to rile up their base. Good. I think there's still protection there. You know.
Oh yeah, there's still.
People get patted down. You know. My guys are just saying it's just GOP theater.
Mm-hmm.
I would highly doubt if there's ever even any approved rallies around the Congress anymore. Metal detectors. Yeah. So I got our government, or within 5 of coins. They're not going to let this happen again.
No.
Kind of discourse. Next, I got messaging. Yeah. Page of Wands, 5 of Wands. It's political theater. Just the messaging part, the arguing, we put it out there. Offer. It'll be okay. I got changes been made within
Right.
Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords. Change has been made within the Capitol Police and everything.
Yeah, I got the moment of glory is reversed. So this is just like you said, this is Republican theater. The sun's reversed. It's just to get their name out there, like they're doing something about this, because they want to feed their base, the Ten of Pentacles, but it's reversed, and there's Perseverance Gardens reversed. So that's 5 no's, and the only yes card I had in that would cause them any harm, and it said no because the rules and the people overseeing them are still there. So
Democrat, retard looking. I call them the Insurrection Caucus.
that's right.
You know, it's funny, the people that were going after not voting in McCarthy are the ones that are pretty much having the highest scrutiny on January 6th.
Oh yeah. They want to be able, the second they come in and they want to come get them, they're going to try. No, Lisa, he's not.
I've never, if he tries, he's never getting out. So I've never seen him flee. So that must be a question going around the community, or someone said he's going to. But I don't see him ever leaving the country again.
Mm-mm.
It's just like Manafort tried to leave and he got flagged.
Yeah.
He couldn't leave the country. So it's like the inner circle knows. Has Roger Stone ever left the country here? I don't think so.
Recently.
Has Rudy Giuliani left the country?
No.
Get the plunger. Oh. Okay. There. How long do we have to put up with the Know Nothing Congress? Loose. Okay. How much more chaos, basically?
Well, I was watching Michael Moore, and he was talking, and in the last 6 Congresses, if you average it all together, they've lost 16 members of each session in each 2-year period to death, legal problems. They moved on. Something happened. So just look at what's in there and how close it is, and look at the people that are in there. It's the chances of it changing just anyway when your numbers are that close is astonishing. That's a lot of people to lose out of that small number.
Yeah, it's amazing. The Dems kept the majority last 2.
Yeah, and they didn't take 6 days to pick Nancy Pelosi.
Tuesday's Celtic stare means do nothing. Yeah.
Well, this is, they can do nothing till we have to do the debt limit, and that's when it's going to come to shove.
It's supposedly September.
Yeah, because it's October is the budget end. Mm-hmm.
It could be meaning what I'm sensing is the summer. Maybe things finally get organized and better.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, it probably could be very nonsensical. I sure hope they finally get some movement instead of we've basically been in 5 of Wands energy for 6-7 years. Because no one gets along, they're always fighting, they're always okay. Lose the majority. Okay. Is there anything on this question you want to think about, Nancy?
Okay, I'm going to try again on. I'm not sure how they're going to roll out the indictments. I don't know if it's my sense. I don't see a clear pattern. Usually, I can get a sense, but
No, that is strange. It's like, how do you? Let's just say there's 40.
mhm.
How do you indict 40 people at once and not tip off the others? Because they're all connected. They were all emailing each other.
Oh, they all know. They all know it's coming. They're just trying to figure out, how can they? They'd like nothing better than to start another fight in the middle of the streets. I mean, that's what they'd like to do. I think, though, that one thing about taking all the foot soldiers and putting them on trial, and now they're getting longer sentences. They believe these people. They thought what they were telling them was true. Now they're having a chance to see it's not, and they're not really fighting for the congressmen are all going to run and hide. They think, but let me see. I'm going to see if we're going to see some higher up elected officials indicted and arrested by summer. That's the only way I can figure it because.
Well, my cards are throwing me before spring starts. The indictments will be flowing. I got the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, the FBI, my FBI card, Knight of Swords coming in, and then indictments. And these are winter cards. So before spring comes, indictments fly. And I was thinking of Congress. They know it's coming.
Well, I got a yes and no, but in the middle right now, better things ahead way. So there's better things that are ahead for us. It's still there's going to seem like we take 3 steps forward and 4 steps back sometimes, but at the end it's the high priestess. They're not going to know. They're going to spring it on them in such a way that they don't get a whole lot of heads up.
I mean, yeah. I got my Moon and Ten of Wands together here too, and that's similar. It's like they're burdened when, there's.
Yeah, I had the Moon reversed. What I take is it's going to take another lunar cycle, and we're 2 weeks away from the new moon, and then we have another full moon.
I got 2 10s here coming in together. It could be 10 weeks. That'd be March.
Yep.
Early March. Yeah. Behind the scenes, these guys are freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
And worried. So I got the 5 of Wands and the 4 of Cups for them. The worry, the infighting, the internal struggle. They know it's coming down. They know they did illegal shit. Special counsel. Honestly, I don't know how these people can walk around Congress and feel secure. If I knew I did something illegal, I wouldn't want to be there. I'd be like, holy crap. Intentionally illegal? Wow. I guess these people are conditioned to lying so well, they just feel good about it.
No, we just think as long as they keep up the facade, nobody's going to touch them. And they're surrounded by people that tell them, what you're telling me is absolutely right. That's how we get in these messes, is because very few have advisors that they will listen to all the points of view.
I think the rules got to be confirmed and voted on too. Another mess. Pretty sure the Dems won't agree to a lot of it. We'll see how that plays out. But Supposedly he wanted that rule of one person can call a non-confidence vote.
Hmm. But
Male
they
or female?
vote, but they still have to get the people to vote for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. So behind the scenes, there's going to be more theater
Oh yeah.
of the rules. Wow. No male or female cards came out.
Can we have a third gender now called stupid?
Maybe it's the maybe it's an unknown person. George Santos is going to stand up and call for no confidence. I seen on Twitter people are actually asking the question also, like we were last week. It's like, is he a real person? Is that even his real name? Because it's like when you draw cards on him, it's like he's an enigma.
Well, he is, because who knows? He's sort of like one of those characters I used to create on Saturday Night Live that just becomes an
He's Gumby.
yeah.
Jesus.
Ooh.
I don't know. It feels like there's chaos in the midst. It doesn't really say. What did McCarthy do in 1-6?
Yes, we do know. He actually called and tried to get it stopped, and he was appalled by it.
Yeah, he had conversations with 45 that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
I
Actually,
don't.
about a week, for about 5 days or so, he really was appalled and all that stuff. And then it changed again.
I don't really sense he's. Hi, Mario. I don't sense he's got legal culpability. I don't think he just want to testify against his people that he knew.
No, I don't think he has culpability for that day, but he does for everything that happened afterwards that he could have done something about.
You want to see what the cards say?
Yeah.
If he has any legal repercussions from the 6, like was he involved like the others? I don't really think so. But the cards can confirm. Holly's getting a no.
I go that he didn't before they went in. He was he was kept in the dark. It was darkest before the dawn, reversed. And they kept him out for a reason. Well, the man can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, remember what he said about Hillary Clinton? Remember, she was one of the most popular people, and we did Benghazi hearings and we tore her up. That was his little statement. But since then, yes, he's been involved. He's known about things that could make a difference, and he's been very conflicted about what to do about it. But they have something on him. But what's coming in for him? This is the Queen of Swords. This is the supporter of truth and protection. So he knows that he's in trouble too. That's one reason I think he fought so hard, other than his vain ego, which cannot be, that's not inconsiderable, but that's one reason why he wanted to get that position so much.
Protect his buddies, huh?
Mm-hmm. protect himself.
You're right. Yeah, I'm just not. Eventually, it feels like he's going to be more shamed than anything.
Yeah.
So I got the King of Swords and the Moon next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels like to me the King of Swords is feeling like the chaos of January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything involved. And then the Moon would be like he's unaware. The secrets of it all. He was unaware of the legal, you know, of his any culpability of, you know, I don't think he was directly involved. He was
Did he vote
he
to
is protecting the former guy a little bit with justice doing this and others. But I had the Queen of Queens, Queen of Wands next to him coming out first, so that feels like it's not really he was part of the planning. There's protection there. Feminine protection, so I'm not really seeing like, you know, has legal culpability. It feels like it's gonna harm his standing, everything
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, because eventually he's gonna be having a huge loss and moving on here with the Six of Swords. It's forgiveness. He could be looking forgiveness. He's gonna be groveling after it all comes out. Yeah, he got what he wanted, but I'm not getting legal actions here. You know, as far as unless he lies to the FBI later on in the investigations. So thank you. There. So in all, I don't think he's really thought this through. It may have been better for let the moderate Republicans have Jeffries as speaker. Chucky Grassley.
Oh.
He was involved a little bit.
Yep.
I'm still shocked the other guy didn't win.
Yeah, I know.
In Iowa, the other guy has such great energy. I feel like it felt like Chucky was going to lose, and wasn't that close. Oh, Iowa. Good Lord. They even voted their same governor back in.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Reynolds tried to kill people with no compassion for the COVID response. They voted her back in. She's not a good person. Their governor.
No.
Outcome future of Chuck Grassley.
Okay. Why is it that I always feel like I want to take a nap whenever you discuss it?
Because he's an old man and tired.
Go sit on the deck, honey. Go sit in my rocking chair.
I just can't believe he actually want to do that. To continue. My God, he's like 90 something, isn't he? 89?
Yeah, he's 89.
Okay.
Isn't that good?
I'm getting here the FBI or someone has already talked to him.
Yep.
I think that's why he's maybe being a little quiet here. You haven't heard much about him? Because in the past here, I got a 10 of Swords with my FBI, Knight of Swords, FBI card here. And then I have the Hierophant and the Page of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like I think he's already a witness and had grand jury type influence. What happened on the day because he was part of it. Five of Wands, Knight of Wands. Very conflicting energies there.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the energy of the investigation into the energy of him. Very low energy.
Mm-hmm.
There is a possibility he might have a resigning effect here.
I see it precipitating itself into a health problem.
Yeah, something.
I got
in the end, I was finished quick.
Mhm.
Thanks. I have health issues here, and then next to the Chariot for his outcome.
Bye-bye.
So he might be leaving. He might have to leave from health issues eventually here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're going through, the last 4 years with him and whatnot, and all the chaos, you would think he would have stressors. But yeah, he might be having some severe health issues here coming up soon, stress related or otherwise.
Yeah.
Have to leave, or he may be leaving in a different way.
Well, I see that he's trying to keep a really tight control on it, but it's not as successful. It's not working for him, and he's not working with the right people to try and straighten his health out. And I see it's a really pretty serious heart problem, and I see he will know in 10 weeks. Got something's happening in the universe in 10 weeks because man, everything keeps coming.
I'm getting 10, 10, 10 too, feeling, yeah.
But 10, 10, 10 also means done, done, done. In numerology.
And accumulations, culminations.
Yeah.
Completions.
And 10 means it's really done. When they've got 9s, it's all the stressors are there. Oh, he's not. You're not. You're Ted.
He's been less quiet since Walker lost.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to ask if something's going around Ted that will be revealing, because most stuff goes around Ted is just obvious how stupid he is.
No, it wasn't that long.
For entertainment purposes only, I can say that he's my senator.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really that long ago that problem with his daughter, was it?
Yeah. And that may be why we're not hearing about him, because reporters will stay away from that, because that kind of family tragedy is. Yeah, I see 2 women in his world. I think this is his wife and this is his daughter, and that whole problem's going on, and where he is and what's going on around him has been revealed. So he's not speaking out. He's actually trying to work things out. I'd like to say it's out of a deep sense of compassion, but I think it's more because it just helps him, and he's not achieving his goal.
Well, it starts out with family issues, but then it has January 6th energy coming in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his outcome does not look good.
No.
I think it's showing me he's deeply involved in the January 6th or other things. But the immediate now is, I think it does have to do with family.
Yeah.
There's a lot of loss, heartbreak, infighting. Maybe his family is not getting along very well.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little patience here. The truth is coming about him and all the GOP involved. Mm-hmm. These indictments are coming in a hurry. With a Chariot and my indictment cards of 3 of coins.
Oh dear.
they're coming in a hurry for all these people. So I mean, if 10 weeks is a hurry, let's go. In the end, here I got him getting raided and maybe not getting out of prison here. He did it to himself with 8 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
Imprisonment card, isolated, a lot of tensions. So the Lady Sword of Truth, Queen, and the FBI card, Knight of Swords.
What I got. That's what I got sitting on him is the Queen. But this is
Teddy doesn't have a good future.
no. What I asked is if Teddy's going to get indicted, and I got a no, yes, 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 no, and the no is that that's not really no. That modifies what the yes is about, and that they're holding off on getting him. But that's another reason why he's hiding, or not as in our face as he usually is.
Does Trump still think he's Jesus? He's Orange Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Thought he was Orange Julius.
Orange Julius, yeah. Mario's thinking, is there going to be more than 100? No.
I saw last summer 32 to 36. The vast majority of them are from the House, but there's some senators who are going to go.
Mm-hmm. Most of them in the House. I mean, like, what is that? I mean, this is a process unknown. You know, but did you see that guy from West Virginia? He was involved in January 6th. Derek Evans.
Mm-hmm.
He was an elected official. He had to sit down. He went to prison for like 5 months. He announces yesterday on January 6th or whatever, I'm running for Congress again.
Well, he can't if he's been convicted for any of the crimes that would have been part of January 6th. He can think he's going to run.
He said he's hitting the campaign trail. I don't know if it's anything to do with law, but yeah, you'd think so, right? He was involved in insurrection.
The one that was most reprehensible to me out of all the bizarre, reprehensible, weird crap, there was some, and I don't know where he's from. He didn't have a Southern accent, so I don't think we can claim him. Oh yeah, 36 is easily enough to take the House back.
I think there's enough for the House.
Yeah, this guy got up and he was saying, we're going to take control of this Congress, and we're not going to have that little guy show up in his fake fatigues to speak to the Congress. That won't happen when we're in charge. And he's talking about Zelensky, and I'm like looking at this guy, you'd freak if you got a traffic ticket and you're going after Zelensky. I mean, the way he said it, it was just so incredibly hateful. Of course, I don't watch Fox or any of those people, so my meter of what's incredibly hateful is probably not as sharp as others.
Blessings to you, Nora. Let me see. You say you lost your brother and sister. It's a lot of pain. But blessings to you, and take the grief as you need to do. Karen, love and wishes back at you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, I've always sensed a lot of indictments, but it feels like a few will, in a jury trial would either take no prison time kind of thing, but under 20 are going to be serving prison. I'm sensing. But from the House, I think there's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
More than 7. But it's going to be a fun ride. But we talked about it before. It's been out there. That guy, I forgot his name. The guy that was helping the House. And he was saying he found communications. He's helping the Jan 6 committee, but then got released or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, he was saying there was upwards of 40
Mm-hmm.
people in the House, in Congress, that were communicating and pushing the big lie from his,
Mm-hmm.
emails and text he was combing through. Okay, that is different. You bet, Linda. I just wish people would know, see it. If Hakeem Jeffries' speech was A to Z beautiful.
Right.
First
First time I saw Hakeem Jeffries was right after Obama had been elected, and they were doing a reunification tour among the Democrats because the party had been, there was so much high emotion about Hillary. This is way back 2008. It was 2009. I saw him. I went to an event, and I thought, God, where'd this guy come from? Because he was so good.
Hakeem, way back then, huh?
Oh yeah.
What is he? I think he's 52. They said.
Yeah.
There has been some evangelical preachers come out and say 45 lied. They're not supporting him, but funny thing, he's got his gurus that make predictions that he's coming back at. There's a couple clowns like I can't remember their names, but they're still grifting.
Well,
Paula Jones, and there's another one. I don't remember her name. What are these? It's probably all just a grift. Keep up the big lie.
mm-hmm.
The Catholic Church removed a preacher.
For what?
For his political discourse.
Oh, good. It really is against the law to do when they do that stuff. But that is the thing both sides do. And
I think it was even in a red state. I can't remember where, but they removed him as a preacher for his,
Well, if he's involved with the white supremacists, they will. Because I don't know how many of you people know a whole lot about the Klan, except that they're pretty reprehensible. But they used to hang Catholics too, and Jews, and blacks. Anybody who wasn't white and Protestant like them. I see that the preachers they're giving up the delusion of what Trump was about. They realize how many of their own people they're losing from the plague, and then from just people just not being interested in the church. And the sun means they're going to try to make the best they can from it. They're not moving as quickly as they should, but they are trying to find a way. A great many of them are trying to find a way to have more balance in their church. I don't know if you saw it, Scott, but Sheila from Celtic Tarot put out a little 5-minute thing that was a news clip of a woman speaking to the Southern Baptist Convention, and she has formed a group that's in a lot of different churches and a lot of different faiths against the white supremacists trying to take over their church. And she said they're not Christians, and she explains why. And she said our churches should not do in any way, shape, or form support them. It's really a good statement.
Cool.
So there are some people are trying to find temperance in this.
Yeah, I am seeing the female feminine energy trying to change there of how it's actually supposed to be. But it just feels like some of those churches, it's all about it is go where the money is.
Right.
So currently they're losing money in partnerships with supporting 45, so they're pulling
Mhm.
away. The Chariot, they move where the money flows. Well, right now
Mhm.
they're flowing opposite. And so they're, I think that's true what you're saying, because I have that feminine energy here, and then searching spiritual guidance with a hermit here to be more of a community type organization.
Mhm.
That Four of Wands here. Be more friendly and united rather, and the hermit is all about searching within and
Right.
spiritual realization. So they're going to have to change. I think this is all part of it too. I mean, like you find corruption, people get scammed out of their money and whatnot. The divine feminine energy are
Mhm.
changing. It very well be part of why 45 came. Corruption in government, corruption in the church. Heal in many ways. Yeah, like I said, those two. There's this one spiritual advisor that this guy always puts on Twitter because he follows her messages, whatever. And, she's still on the same train saying that God is saying Trump is coming back and he's going to take out these people. And that it's like, oh my God, this can't be real. I wish I remember her name, but she is a crazy one.
Yeah.
And then Paula Jones is being investigated for saying she took money from Journey, the group Journey. Somehow her or her cohorts tried to, I don't know if they were client or something, but somehow her group or whatever is trying to take money or access money from the group Journey, their funds or their estate or
Mhm.
whatever. So she's being investigated for that. She was the fool. I don't know if you've seen that video. She was the fool that was praying for Trump before the election and just pounding and saying he must be coming back. Pray for him. Pray for him. Pray for him. It was nuts.
Well.
Her husband and the co-founder of Journey.
Mm.
Something. Yeah, thank you. I, oh yeah, 45 is selling We the People Bibles.
Oh no.
Let them buy it. If they can afford big old flags in the back of their pickup trucks or 1980 Chevettes,
Mhm.
at it. I kind of want to take care of my own peoples rather than. Kind of strange. I don't own any Obama flags or anything, or Joe flags.
Mm-mm.
When I was done with my Biden Harris sticker, I put it in the
Took it off.
trash. But yeah, I would like that would be kind of cool to have an Obama print or something signed. I would take that.
I have an Obama yard sign from Iowa from the first caucus he won.
Oh, do you? Nice. Without Obama, there probably wouldn't be any Joe
Mhm.
because he took him in as the VP.
It's a very wise move because Joe knows everybody. He knew him better than Obama did because he'd only been there 4 years in the Senate.
Okay. Secretary of State. They're suing 45 and others. God, that feels like another Egan Carroll. It's going to take 3 years. I guess like Eric Swallows Um, his lawsuit against 45 is still ongoing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Delphi. Yeah, Paula White used the same Russian type topics. Victory, victory, victory. That's right, yeah. She is a crazy one. I don't know how people.
Is she the one that says that Michelle Obama's really a man?
Really? I missed that one.
I don't know. Somebody was asking me about who is this crazy woman? This person lives outside the U.S. that's an evangelical who says that Michelle Obama's a man. And I said, well, not responsible for all of the folks from one edge of this country to the other. I have enough trouble taking care of myself. I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of delays, and it's heartbreaking. It's very hard. It's very hard for his family to come to the conclusion to do this, but they're using the same lawyer Swalwell used.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time.
Yeah, it still feels 2 to 3 years. Oh boy. It's guided in the right message, but I had the Page of Coins, so it's new.
Yeah.
New lawsuits, new. But I had the two. This was like the Two of Swords, but at a higher. It's kind of like a mid arcana I made, but it's decisions, evaluate. Yeah, it's patience. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns, but it's guided by angels.
Yeah.
But it's a new thing. It's starting.
It's very slow. It's very hard on his family to have to deal with it every day too. Again.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So that was my ending card. So right before that, it feels like it is traumatic. It's a leap of faith. It's a tower moment. Reliving. So I mean, it's just by doing this over years, you're gonna relive the pain of it over and over and over again. But it's gonna take a while. But like Holly said, I don't think the former guy is even going to be around.
No.
He might be suing it in a state. Or it'll come down to Ivanka. She's probably going to be in charge of the Trump org.
If there is one.
True. End of the year, Tish James will have a say about that.
Yep.
They'll have to owe a minimum of $250 million. That's just nuts. You can have a criminal case and only have to owe $2 million, but you can have a civil case by the state and end up owing $250 million plus. That seems a little bit wrong, doesn't it? You found a fraud of 17 years of tax evasion and crimes, but only get fined like $1.9 million.
I know. It makes it worth it to risk the crime, especially if they don't put them behind bars afterwards. That's the only thing that really gets people's attention.
Mario wondering 45 psychic abilities. I think there's 0 there.
Oh no. Evil people have their own ways, but let's see. Let me see if I think they're real.
It's more of a manipulative, a learned manipulative skill.
Right.
I don't think he has anything he taps into. Because if he had abilities, he would have been. Spirit would have taken him down a long time ago. I truly believe if someone's tapping into psychic abilities and using that ability for evil, you will be, you'll get it back tenfold, and he wouldn't be around by it yet if he had abilities. That's my belief.
He has them. He just misuses them. He uses them for all the wrong intentions. His end cards in this, Scott, are these: Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. He uses them he uses them in bad ways, and he uses them to hurt people and harm people and take people apart. But he's conscious. He's not just mean-spirited. He's conscious. He does things deliberately, and he knows how to not leave a trail. And he doesn't have a real heart. He and Dick Cheney. But yeah, he figured out as a kid how to lie and manipulate and push people around. And it was more self-defense because where he was growing up.
I have 10 of swords, 10 of coins. So these represent to me, this is in the past position. So this is what I consider the wrong one. Family heritage. Your ancestors, your DNA. It was more or less instilled in him how he is.
Right.
I think he was brought up that way. At the bottom of the card, I have your family, your grandpa, your grandma, your brothers and sisters walking in the field. That's what I'm getting hinted at. It was installed in him how he is and how his behaviors. And then I have the Queen of Wands and Moon next to each other. So it's like he doesn't know how to tap into psychic abilities.
No, but he has them. He knows. He just runs on an automatic pilot, sort of. He can't focus them, and he can't work with them that way. But I think he has an ability to. He's got a set. I've been around people that could be very powerful people and be very, very strange and manipulative, and I think that's what he is.
Okay. How could psychic abilities get past that crazy, huge ego? Jared. Jared is the evil one working with evil spirits.
Yeah. I can't remember. Because I repressed the name, but there's someone who is a woman that's in one of those very wealthy families that's always screwing around with the Republicans and sending them money, and she had something to do with Cambridge Analytics. She's a connection into Russia. Another reader and I were just talking about some stuff one day, and we both got the hit that she works from the dark side.
You talking about the Mercers, maybe?
Yeah.
Very well, could be.
And because a reader I knew was going to read on her, and I said, I don't think I'd do that if I were you. I just let them have their lane and stay in it, and they stay out of ours.
My end cards for 45 on his abilities is basically telling me he's going to find his spiritual Jesus moment pretty soon.
Yes.
Everything about spirituality, angels, and then when he gets indicted, when he's going to have his true Jesus moment coming soon. When he doesn't have access to, caterers and whatnot, drugs and other things. He's going to feel it then. When you're in pain from detox and crying for Jesus to help him.
Yeah, jailhouse conversions are interesting.
In some kind of mental sanitarium or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Thank you, Worf Girl. 115. Okay. Did that. Criminal records. No. A George Santos question. Is there questions on the citizen documents? Carol. That's a little confusing. It feels like a law I'm trying to read into. Is there questions about criminal records?
He was
But the Brazil.
indicted in Brazil for stealing from that old man, but there's also a question of what is his real citizenship, and I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, somewhere there's got to be a birth certificate.
So yeah, they are investigating that man big time, federally and locally, and stately.
And he even has Brazil on his butt. I mean, you have to work overtime to be in Congress and not even be sworn in, and you've got another country looking at you and it's extraditable, whatever it is he's done.
Liz heard he may have dual citizenship.
He has to have he can't be a citizen of Brazil and not have done something to get citizenship here to be in the Congress. But like we know, this guy didn't tell the truth about anything. So,
Citizenship.
I'm going to see if he has the citizenship qualifications to serve in Congress.
I got a tower coming for him and indictments coming. Like he did something illegal, or it's going to have the law coming on him.
He does have enough papers to get through for citizenship to meet the requirements. So
yeah, I got my Hierophant Ace of Wands, so that feels like like you said, there is requirements there. But it's also could be energy of Brazil doing things, but Knight of Coins and Page of Swords is definitely an energy together that would be indictments coming. Some new curious actions against him. Could be slow with the Knight of Coins. But then I have a Page of Wands in the tower next to him. So he's going to be affected and have a failure somehow. Hardships. He probably ain't going to be getting along with nobody in government. So he was a little cozy with MTG, but there's going to be some fighting within that structure of him being there. They don't have no use for him now. But it's coming. He may be removed. According to these cards, he could be in big trouble.
Yeah. I don't see him staying there anytime at all. Well, I don't know if you saw. That was so much fun because C-SPAN could use their cameras. They had their own people running the cameras instead of government employees for the votes, so you could see all the walking around and all the weird stuff that goes on.
Okay. Does the House really have that much power with the Senate and Biden Democrats?
They have the power of the purse. They have the power of how the money flows. And there are things the executive can do, to get money moving, but it's not that. It's just they don't want to do anything. I mean, all they want to do is investigate, and all I can tell you is thank God we got the Senate, because we can stop or reveal a lot of what they're doing can be done from the Senate. But they have the power of money. That's why they hurried up, and that's why they rushed through the getting the money to Ukraine, because it's already there. It's been voted on. It's done.
George Santos looks like an ET.
That's not out of the realm of possibility either.
Okay. The House alone, to me, it just feels like, I don't know all the rules. I know they control the purse, but do you know if can they defund part of the DOJ's money on their own?
No, not once it's passed. Whatever's in the budget right now is what the DOJ is going to get. Now, if they end up needing tons more money to go after tons more congressmen, they can try and do that.
Yeah,
and they can.
I feel like there's something they can do, not knowing the whole thing, but it feels like there's blocks, checks and balances that can't destroy our government just by having a majority in the House.
No.
So I don't think it's going to be too bad. I mean, there's just little annoyances they can possibly do. If they want to do an investigation, the money's there to do the investigation. But it'd be nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You want to look at what the future outlook is for is this continued nonsense on the Republican side going to help the Dems in 24?
Okay.
Just, we got investigations coming up. We have the chaos in the House. What people are saying. Do people care, or is this going to help 2024?
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's going to bring a lot of endings to the Republicans. They're not going to see that, but they're going to hang on to that. There's still going to be influences around some Republicans that are negative, but what this works out to is out of a 6-point yes, no, you got 5 yeses, and it's going to make people understand who really can who can really run the country. The other thing that's going to help the Democrats is the roads and the bridges and the things that are going to finally get fixed. That people are just kind of see. Republicans have, since Reagan, their philosophy was that government was the problem, not the solution. And so he started slowly tearing apart all the things that were sort of at the core that kept us together and kept us all moving in the right direction. And now they've that huge infrastructure bill that's going to work with the airports and the
Hmm.
high-speed trains and all the other stuff. Americans go overseas and they see all this stuff. And part of it was that we spent so much money becoming the soldiers for the world. But a big part of it was that it wasn't the priority to put money in those endeavors. As a matter of fact, it was to tear them down.
Unfortunately, the stuck people are going to be stuck.
That's true.
It's like no matter what, if they see an R next to a name, they're going to vote an R. But, but yeah, the investigations into January 6th and who is involved, when that comes, that's going to help immensely.
Mm-hmm.
People were seeing the light. It feels like many people are going to be conflicted because they keep putting out the nonsense, like defund the FBI and all this nonsense, and people believe it. I mean, there's a lot of conflictions between what is right,
Mm-hmm.
and then burdened and the investigations. There's still some conflict here, but generally as a whole, I feel it's very good by doing the right thing, and because I have victory in the Knight of Cups, angelic influence having positive impact on the future. A lot of people are going to be going through tough times, though. It's like that. I had this neighbor. I mentioned a long time ago, but he was a QAnon guy. He would always be coming up to my dad with news about some QAnon thing. You got to look at this. You got to look at this. Trump's coming back, or they're doing this. And my dad finally just like, I can't remember his name right now. Jimmy. His name was Jimmy. I don't want to see that stuff. It's a bunch of lies. Oh, but no, Jimmy. So he kept doing this to people all around town, a small little town. He got in deep, right? The dark times of what? He ended up taking his own life because he went down that rabbit hole so bad and he lost all of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
People that respected. He would help, people fix their cars or fix their lawnmowers. He was one of the people, but he was by himself, right?
Right.
And he's reaching out to people, but he went down that rabbit hole of QAnon and Fox News, whatever, and he was so ingrained. He couldn't. Then he lost all his friends because no one believed him.
Yeah.
And it was low 70s, something like that. He took his life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting that reference because it's going to be hard for some people. It's going to be a hard pill to swallow that they were wrong, and but as a whole, yes, it's going to be very helpful. People are going to see the light, but some, it's kind of like someone trying to get out of a depression or schizophrenia or something. It's like it's hard, and for some people, their beliefs coming out is hard.
Well, it's hard to say I was completely wrong about that.
Yeah. The ability to forgive, the ability
if we don't have some measure of compassion or some way to bring those who want to come, who want to see things differently, if we don't give them a different mirror to look in, whereas it doesn't function well for all of us.
Okay. One more and I got to get going and start cooking.
Oh, it's a big day.
Big day. Finally get to see my kids. And my granddaughter. And their puppies. They always bring their dogs. Okay. The future of Manchin and Sinema in the Senate.
Okay.
I suppose if they both get on board and don't want to do anything, still could be a pain with a 51. Yeah, that's very true, Wolf Girl. Lockdown, you're by yourself, you're online, you get into the QAnon. That hurt a lot of people. A lot of rabbit holes that people found. Mental health went kind of sideways. Thanks, Allison. Can't wait to see Mason. All I've been seeing is pictures the last few weeks. Mansion and cinema.
Oh, God, I've never had this happen to me before, Scott. I said, what's kind of the general vibration around Mansion? And I did cinema first. And she's not going to be helpful to anybody. She's going to try to make everybody as sad and demented as she is. She's not getting in the boat with everybody. She's still going to be a childish, emotional pain in the butt. That's all 5 no's. That's 5 no's. The atmosphere around cinemas, 5 no's. Not good. And atmosphere around Mansion. Well, he doesn't like it that he can't call all the shots and be the center of attention anymore. I don't know that he'll run again. I think he's going to bow out. He's impatient with how things are growing. He's kind of tired of always having to be on guard like that. And he's worried about his own money. So that's, if there's 2 10s in there, which means he's ready to be done. And those are all no's also. I don't think I've ever laid down 5 and 5 and had every single card be no, that be negative.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting cinemas more of the money girl yet. I mean, it's like she's all about her security. And she'll sway whichever way the money flows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But she's been revealed. Nobody trusts her. I have friends that live in Arizona that.
Yeah. I don't believe that either, but what I get for Kirsten is Page of Coins, 8 of Coins, and Queen of Coins. It's all about the money.
She's in it for the money.
Whichever way the money flows. She'll do work whichever way her donors want her to do work. She does have that new path with the Page of Coins.
Being independent.
Being independent. So whichever way the money flows. Then I pulled 2 more for her as a clarifier. It feels like she might have a campaign guy or an assistant or something that she believes in, that thinks she's going in the right direction. I got a King of Wands with a 10 of Cups, or wishes fulfilled. There's a guy that's supporting her that some reason thinks this is a good path to be independent.
It is. She has no chance running as a Democrat, but she would have a chance to split the vote somewhat as a third party candidate. But I don't think she's going to do that either.
Huh. So again, for some reason, there's always influence within Manchin's family, and the Queen of Cups always comes in. His wife or his children or something. But I have positive energy with the Ace of Wands next to the Chariot. That's saying he's not really going to be a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
That's positive energy. That's teamwork. Ace of Wands taking charge. And then the Queen of Cups is being more empathetic and more nurturing. I think it's due to the January 6th indictments. I think he flips and changes his tune a little bit with all the justice coming up here soon, and it feels like he's going to lead the infighting. It feels like he feels more sensitive to that nature.
Yeah.
It's better to be a Democrat after this all drops than a
Yes.
Republican.
Yes.
So he may be independent, but the courthouse there is all about yin and yang and balance and feeling secure. He doesn't want any of this. And that's the Five of Swords is always like my January 6th card.
Okay.
You know, that fighting, that chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see all my pictures I put in there. You got bulls with their horns fighting and chaotic. So I established the Five of Swords as that January 6th, you know, that fighting, that chaotic energy. So I actually see Mansion being a little bit better.
Ah.
Cinema, she's gonna go where the money flows.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of sense Mansion's gonna be more democratic leaning, this not be as bad. I'd worry more about Kirsten getting along.
Well, I'm just thankful we won by a margin so that one of them can't sit there on their hands and do nothing.
Okay.
Will you go have lovely?
January 8th, a little oracle to
Yeah.
send some love out for the day.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see what Andrea's cards oracle has to say.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used them in a while. So, Lilac Lantern, and if anyone wants her beautiful
Oracle cards. They're very nice.
cards, check her page out. Okay. Oracle message for the people.
Okay.
What does Mansion want in return? I don't know. It feels like
Money.
a more calming energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming up on an election cycle, you always want your best route to win. So
Right. And they are pouring money into West Virginia. Infrastructure stuff.
infrastructure. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want me to go with my Oracle card? And then
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I got Emerald. And Emerald means calm your mind, body, and soul. Emerald helps us in overcoming fears, releasing frustrations, and creating calm. Use the color to bring harmony to the challenging situations, disorder, aggression, and to mend broken bonds. Emerald also can increase your self-esteem, attract abundance, and replenish your energy. Calm your mind, body, and soul with the emerald rays. So it's emerald. That's a nice thought. We need that after last week.
Okay. So we know coronavirus is not over.
No.
But this card is reminding me of the last few years we've been through.
Right.
You know, it's like when this virus hit, it's kind of like we had to be in a cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I got the butterfly card here. Remind yourself that cocoon years are over. You are now a great, big, beautiful butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like we're coming out of that cocoon years.
Yep.
The introspection, the reflection of life, what we need, what's important, what we needed to do to move forward. And then I have this card saying we're heading in the right direction.
Very
Every
good.
day, every day is a new step, a new brilliance. And the last card is you're guided. It's hard to see
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom, but it's all about you're guided every day.
Mm-hmm.
You're guided throughout our lives, and you're supported from above. So it feels like we're breaking out of that cocoon shell.
Yeah.
That becoming a butterfly. Things are going to get better here soon, and hopefully, finally get this coronavirus infection under control to where we don't have to worry about as much. You know what I mean? Of the next variant coming in to attack us as when we go to the grocery store.
Right.
Hopefully it's true, but the first year it started, I kept saying something about there's an energy of Mother's Day. It's like some year, hopefully, around the Mother's Day energy, it's gonna
Break.
like
Right.
break off and finally be a comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like getting the flu, but generally don't pass away. You just feel icky for a while.
Well, it's going to be endemic. It's going to be here to remind us of our humanity, and we needed that shock to be able to move forward spiritually. Everybody would have just kept doing what they were doing every day, you know. And I hope people take the thing seriously about protecting themselves.
Yeah, that would be an interesting day. 1, 11, 20. No, that's 23. So there's no repeating numbers anymore with
No,
20.
well, there could be the third day of no, can't unless you not if you use all the numbers.
I was in Trader Joe's yesterday. Locked out. Oh, yeah. When we went shopping yesterday and went into Costco,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have everything, so we had to go to another grocery store. Costco's more bulk. It's like I just wanted one package of something instead of bulk, and it's like, well, we got to go to a different grocery store. I'm not buying three. But I wore my mask because and Nancy looked at me like, "Why are you wearing a mask?" Because it's packed, and I'm not. Last time I went shopping and it was packed, I got the flu really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if it's packed, I'm wearing a mask. It's like, I joked with her, I'm like, my choice, my body. And she's like, okay, I get it. So I told her too, if we get close to people, walk around. So then she wanted me to go look for some Riesling wine. So okay, I'm looking at the wine, but I have a mask on yet. And lo and behold, there was a woman with her mask on, coughing insanely. I'm like, I know she's got COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's out there yet. So it's like, nope. Like it's still there. So especially, if there's a lot of people, it's like do it.
Ask Danny about that.
Yeah. Danny and Jolene not going through a good time.
Yeah, she's negative now, but he's still testing. And when I had Omicron, the first one that went through Christmas ago, um, it took me 9 weeks before I tested clear.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Now I didn't feel bad that whole time. I mean, I was getting to feel better, but I caught it. I was diagnosed on the 21st of December, and I didn't get clear until in the spring, and I still had days when I'd wake up with brain fog until the first part of the summer. Not
Yeah.
that not that I'm always have such marvelous cognitive experiences that I can't normally seem like I'm in brain fog, but this was different. It's very different than
Yep.
yeah, people wear masks.
Yep. March 3rd would be a 3-3. Yeah, that's pretty much the only one I can think of. Good
Yeah.
one.
I don't know.
Yeah, my youngest daughter still has a. It's not bad, but she struggles more so with since she got COVID. It's kind of a long COVID thing. It's like her allergies intensified, and
Yep.
it takes forever for her. She uses a CPAP type of thing
Yeah.
to inject some kind of medicine into her to help her get over it quick.
She uses a nebulizer. She breathes it
Yeah,
in and it goes
yeah,
away.
nebulizer with steroids or something. She
Yeah.
has to do that now, otherwise she can't get over it.
That she's
And-
lost some of her lung capacity. Tell
right.
her that can get better because they told me I'd lost a third of one of my lungs. And this last time I was into the doctor, it was completely cleared. So it can get better. But
Mm-hmm.
tell her to treat it every time she feels weird. Because I was talking to a friend of mine and he was walking with someone and he said, I just can't take another step. I feel so bad. So I sat him down and they checked him, and his oxygen sats were in the mid 80s. You're not supposed to be able to walk around if you're that way.
Mm-hmm. So just be safe, yeah. But I'm definitely I'm definitely getting a flu shot for next year. I got all the rest of the shots out of the way.
Yeah, well, and do it because
That, like I said, a few weeks ago, that was the worst flu feeling I've ever had.
yeah.
I was negative on the COVID, but I was, ugh.
Yeah, this was a bad flu, I hear. I didn't get it. I don't go out where I get it off anybody, so
Anyway, time to start my
y'all
day
stay
for
healthy.
Christmas and bless everyone for stopping by.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nancy Jean, for your energy. As always, it was great. So,
Yes, it was fun. Thank you for inviting me.
you bet. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone.
Bye-bye.